Hey, so I just decided I wanted to do a vlog. Here I am. Hi, thanks for watching. I'm Zach, and this is my office space, which, it's kind of a mess right now, but that's on purpose. This used to just be a junk room, and we're turning it into an office space so my wife and I can work from home a couple days a week. And as you see right over here, that way, there we go, there she is. That's my little dog. Her name is Daisy May, and she is doing her best to guard the house today. So, anyway, it is Monday, June 3rd, 2024. Um, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk unfiltered. And if you want to watch, great. If you don't, cool. That's fine. No worries. I just want to talk. So, if you know my story, if you know my history, cool. If you don't, I'm not going to go into it right now. But I will say that in the last year and a half, I have, first off, discovered that my hair is very unkempt. I have discovered that a whole new side of myself that I didn't even know existed. Or maybe it existed when I was younger and I had completely, repressed it, if that's the word. Just kind of kept it pressed down inside of me. I think it's repressed is the word. And that is the performance gene. So I've always considered myself kind of a class clown, kind of an entertainer. I've worked in radio for 25 years now, and you don't do radio without performing, right? You're on the air. You're talking into a microphone and hoping people are listening, but you're putting on a show. You really are. And I never really realized that because for me, radio was just a job. It's just what I did. So my wife convinced me not long ago. She said, whoa, sorry about that. She said, you put on a performance every time you're on the radio. Well, about a year and a half ago, I started taking improv classes at Third Coast Comedy Club in Nashville. And it was scary at first. I knew a little bit about improv comedy. I had seen a few things. Of course, Whose Line Is It Anyway is kind of the gold standard for what people think of improv, but it's so much deeper than that. It's all about making a connection with your scene partners and building upon what they have given you and yes-anding, right? And you create worlds. You basically do plays on stage that have no script, and you just find it as you go, and it's so much fun. It's like just a complete art form that I didn't even know existed until recently. And I was so nervous and so scared to go in that first night because I did not know what I was getting into, and I was like, is this going to be something that's going to make me uncomfortable? Yes. Is this going to be something that I'm going to feel out of place? No. Is this something that is going to be something I want to do later? Do I want to perform on the stage? And I'm thinking, God, no. I just want to do this for me. And, God, my hair is everywhere. Except up here. It's going away. And we'll get to that in a minute. But I started doing improv, and, damn it, it has been the joy of a lifetime. It is something that I did not know I would enjoy as much as I did, and I have. And I continually amaze myself in the fact that I'm continuing to get better at it. And where there was stage fright before, it's completely gone now. So last night, I did my first sketch. Which improv, you go out, you make it all up on the spot. You have no idea where you're going. You get a suggestion from the audience, and you and your scene partners just build something from that. And it's magic. It really is. Of course, with sketch comedy, it's very similar, except there's a script, and you have to memorize it, and you still act on stage, but you have to memorize the script. I did not write the script. A friend of mine named Meg wrote the script. Meg wrote the character with me in mind, which meant a ton to me. And last night we performed it. I've known that I was going to do it for about 2 months. I kind of had a mental image of what it was going to be like, and she got me the script about 2 weeks ago, and I've been working on memorizing that because I haven't had to memorize a script in forever, at least not for the stage. So to do that last night on stage, and it killed, y'all. It killed. The people in the crowd absolutely loved it. It was a scene where we were personifying a couple of internet sites. She was BuzzFeed, and I was FoxNews.com. And the idea being that yeah, they're on diametrically opposed viewpoints a lot of times, but really it's much the same. We're all kind of in this America boat together, right? Right wing, left wing, we're all part of the same bird. That's actually one of the lines from the script. And it was really, really fun. And so I got to go out as Mr. Fox News, and so I had this obnoxious American flag hat. I don't have it with me now. And I was wearing a white shirt and American flag tie, and just got to be the bad guy for a couple minutes. I mean, I walk on stage and I barrel on stage, and I'm a big guy too, so I'm just like barreling on stage. And I'm a Fox News article, and it was just like this rush. It was just so much fun because the crowd is just into it, and they're laughing and they're cheering and they're kind of hissing at me and booing at me. And it was so great because this was a show that was Pride themed, okay? Think about that for a second. So it was just, God, it was so much fun. And then tonight I'm going over with some friends that I graduated with through the Third Coast Training Center, and we're going to rehearse, and we're going to go do an improv show on Thursday night. I love this stuff. Like, I'm addicted to it. It has become therapy for me. So I went through some shit a couple of years ago. Really for a long, long time. Here's the history part that I wasn't going to get into earlier, but I'll give you a synopsis. Is that it was a job that I had. I was there for over 10 years, 11, almost a dozen years. I worked there, and it was not a great environment for me. I tried my best to make it work. I tried my best to fit in, but looking back over that 11 and a half years, I never really fit in there. I was loyal to a fault and bought into some things that I probably should not have bought into. It was a very idealistic type place to work. They have a very high moral code, and I'm not going to say who it is. If you want to figure it out on your own, go ahead. But a lot of the beliefs of the ownership and the leadership didn't jive with me, especially as I, over time, became more enlightened and things like that. And then they fired me, and I realized at that point, like, how much I had been under their control and almost like a lemming, and was not able to be myself through that whole process. So anyway, I live with a lot of self-doubt, and I still live with a lot of self-doubt as a result of that. And I doubt that people like me because I was specifically told that I'm not likable. I have imposter syndrome. I just feel like, because I was a square peg in a round hole for so long, there's a lot of pain on the corners of that square peg, right? And so there was a lot of mental damage that was done to me after I left there. I realized it. And I started to realize it toward the end of my time there. I'm very, very glad they fired me, because I don't think I would have quit on my own. I far exceeded my breaking point, but I wasn't breaking. I was just bending in pain. And and so I'm very, very thankful that I was asked to leave, told to leave, because then I was free of that and I could actually be myself again. So I worked for a sports website for about 8 months after that, and it was great. I enjoyed that. Wasn't my favorite job I've ever had, but it was a good job, good people. God, I had such a great boss there. It was just so much. It was a fun place to work for a little while, and then I just realized it ultimately wasn't for me, and there was something better out there, and that was where I landed now, which is at the Grand Ole Opry. So I work for Opry Entertainment Group. I'm the assistant program director of WSM Radio, which is the oldest radio station in Nashville, almost 99 years old. It is the reason that Nashville is Music City, USA, is because of WSM. If it weren't for that radio station, Nashville would have no association at all with music. So it's like, to be a part of that and to be one of the caretakers of this institution is so freaking cool. And being a radio guy, having worked in radio for 25 years, we're not the biggest station in town. We're on AM. It's 2024. We understand that. We have a large digital audience, and we're trying to leverage that, which is nice here locally and around the world. And we've got the Grand Ole Opry, and we're taking our strengths and we're trying to build upon the strengths to compensate for the weaknesses. And I think we're doing a great job. And I think if you take a listen to WSM Radio, if you like country music, I would implore you to do that. It is one of the best country radio stations in the world, and I say that not because I'm full of ego, but because I am very good at what I do. And I took this radio station with not just me, but with the team. I did a lot of the imaging work, and I've done a lot of the thinking about how to present the program. And it sounds amazing. It really does. It sounds like a really, really good radio station. So I would ask you to listen to WSMradio.com sometime. And you'll hear me on the air Saturday nights, because that's my air shift. 6 to 7 Central, and then the Grand Ole Opry comes on, just like it has every Saturday night for 99 years, and then I'm on after the Opry for a couple of hours. So really, really great job. I love my job. I was recording myself singing in the studio the other night on Instagram, just because I love my job so much. It's 10:30 at night, and I'm rocking out in the studio, which is currently in the middle of a hotel resort, with big picture windows all around, so anybody who's walking through the hotel lobby can see me singing and dancing in studio. And I think because of my improv experience, I don't give a shit. Like, it's so much fun to just do that. So I just want to get on here and vent for a little bit, because I've been struggling for the last couple of years with a lot of things, and I think it's all starting to get better, and it has been getting better. But I think, like, now I'm at a point where mentally I'm as healthy as I've ever been. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the skills that I have. I'm happy with the job that I have. I'm happy with the friends that I have. I'm happy that I can be myself and not worry about retribution at my job, because I work for an amazing, very open-minded company. I'm happy. I'm happy. I got a great wife. I got the freaking cutest dog in the world. Look, she hasn't moved the whole time. I know you haven't even been watching me. You've been looking over here at the dog, and she's just laying there. She's not dead, I promise. She's just very, very sleepy. She had to go to the vet this morning. And I had to go to the doctor this morning. And I have major white coat syndrome. I used to be a hypochondriac. I'm not so much anymore, but every time I go in there, I still feel like he's going to tell me that I have cancer and I have 3 weeks to live. It's just like, here's the worst case scenario, and that's where my mind goes. Everything's fine. I have perfect labs. That's what he told me, so I'm very healthy. I'm just a big boy. So he prescribed Wegovy for me. So that's part of the reason why I'm starting this vlog, is because, look, I'm fat. I'm a fat guy. But he put me on Wegovy, and pretty soon I'm going to take that, and I might vlog from time to time about how that's affecting me, how that's feeling. And hopefully I'll lose some weight, because I've struggled with that my whole life. I've accepted it. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I wish I was a little more flexible. I wish I were more athletic, but it is what it is. I feel like I do stay fairly active. I don't eat the best. The Wegovy will help that, of course. And I need to exercise more. But I've fluctuated with my weight over the years. I've never been bone skinny. I've just been always kind of a husky guy. Right now I'm probably as big as I've ever been, or close to. But we're going to change that. And that will change the way I feel. That will change the way I dress. That will change the way I look. And I'm excited about this, because now I'm being forced into this journey that I kind of want to go on. So we'll see how that goes. So boy, that's a rambling vlog, and that is what it is. So yeah, maybe there'll be more of these, maybe not. Maybe this is just me talking into the camera, and Captain's Log, June 3rd, 2024. Also, today would have been my dad's birthday. He would have turned 72 years old today. He died in 2015, so he's been gone almost 10 years, and I miss him terribly. And I wish he could see me do radio now, because he was a radio guy. He did radio up until the day I was born, and he lost his job because the radio station went out of business. So I feel like it was a passing of the torch, that on my birthday, the literal day I was born, was like the day he lost his job. And now I do it. And I've been doing radio for going on 25 years in August. It'll be 25 years in August that I've been doing radio. So yeah, I miss you, Dad. And I wish you could see me doing WSM. I wish you could see me doing improv. I'm not sad about it. I'm just a little heartbroken. because I loved him and I miss him. So, if both your parents are still alive, or either of your parents are still alive, never miss the opportunity to tell them how much you love them. Okay. Well, that's it. Monday, June 3rd, signing off. Fat boy, hopefully skinny boy sometime soon. We'll just have to see. Stick around. Stay tuned.